First heat underway then. Our swimmers are, scoreboard's not working brilliantly at the moment, so I'll read them out on the longer events. Hannah Grigg in lane 1 for Harpenden. That's the lane nearest to the window. Elizabeth Telling of Wickham in 2. Matt Tramontano Wales in 3. Sarah Garchek in 4. Charlotte Brackenbury in 5, turning at the 50-metre point. Turning in the lead. Jessica Grigg in lane 6 and Darcy Croft in lane 7 for Verulam. So a close race at the moment. Charlotte Brackenbury for Hitchin with the yellow hat in lane 5, just in the lead, marginally ahead of lane 2. Elizabeth Telling of Wickham in the green hat. As they move back down towards the start end. 4 lengths of fly, of course, in the 400 IM. 4 lengths backstroke, 4 lengths breaststroke, and then the final 4 lengths front crawl. Coming up to the end of the fly then, Brackenbury for Hitchin turning first, 1:26.10 in lane 5. And then 1:27.46, Telling for Wickham in lane 2. Brackenbury then still just in the lead from Telling of Wickham. In 3rd place, also for Wickham, Sarah Gajek. Lane 4, so Brackenbury in the lead, Telling 2nd, Gajek in 3rd. Halfway through the backstroke, Brackenbury turns, kicks off the wall, 2:14.46. Telling about a metre or so behind her, and then another metre or so is Gajek. And a good race for 4th and 5th, lane 6 and 3. Jessica Grigg for Harpenden in 6, and Tramontano Wells in lane 3. Brackenbury still in the lead then. Telling in 2nd place. Gajek having a nice underwater phase there as she comes off the wall. 4th length of backstroke. 2 Wickham swimmers, not much between them. Brackenbury just in the lead. Halfway through then, by distance, into the breaststroke. Brackenbury turning on a 3:00.37. Telling in 2nd place. Gajek in 3rd, and then moving up towards those first few swimmers, Jessica Grigg of Harpenden with a black hat in lane 6. Brackenbury first, Telling 2nd, Gajek 3rd, and Grigg in 4th. Those 4 swimmers out in the lead. Then we've got Tramontano Wells, Hannah Grigg, and then turning at the moment. After 1 length of breaststroke, Darcy Croft. Moving up into the lead though, Elizabeth Telling of Wickham, overhauling Brackenbury. Brackenbury still in 2nd place, with Sarah Gajek of Wickham in 3rd. Telling in the lead, Brackenbury in 2nd place, Gajek just behind Brackenbury. Coming up towards the final length of breaststroke underway. Coming up towards the end of breaststroke. Elizabeth Telling in the lead, turning on a 4:48.01. Gajek in 3rd place, 4:52.41. Brackenbury 2nd, 4:51.64. Into the front crawl then. Elizabeth Telling out in the lead now, 3 or 4 metre advantage over the other 2 swimmers. Gajek marginally ahead of Brackenbury as they come up towards the End of the first 25 of the front crawl. Jessica Grigg in 4th place. Tramontano Wells in 5th. Back at the front, Telling extending her lead just under 5 metres as she goes into the last 50 metres of front crawl. Gajek in 2nd place, Brackenbury a metre or so behind her. And coming off the wall, Gajek very good there, a little bit better turn than Brackenbury. As Telling in the lead underneath the flags, just over a length to go. Final turn, pushes off the wall, up at about 5 metres, just over half a length for her. Gajek in 2nd place, Brackenbury just a little bit behind her. Elizabeth Telling then entered on no time and finishes in a time of 6:12.88, very close at the end there. 6:16.44 for Gajek, 6:16.56, just a tenth or so behind her for Brackenbury. So we've got 2 swimmers left to go. Hannah Grigg of Harpenden coming in just underneath the flags, also entered on no time. Comes in her time 6:51.21. And our final swimmer in this heat, Darcy Croft for Verulam. No time for her, so first time she'll get on the rankings. And that time's a 7:06.51 to complete our first heat. So we're going to do a test start before we start the next event. Heat 2, referee. Second heat underway. Catherine Ryan of Hoddesdon in lane 0. Aoife O'Leary of Hillingdon in 1. Grace Mason of Stortford in 2. Lucy Jordan Cause of Verulam in lane 3. Lucinda Stanley of Harpenden in 4. Bella Parkes of Stortford in 5. Amber Galley of Wickham in 6. Ayla Wachiani of Hillingdon in 7. Holly Enright of Hillingdon in 8. And Hannah Lovelock of Hitchin in lane 9. Turning first was Lucinda Stanley of Harpenden in lane 4 with the black hat. Little advantage over the rest of the field, but still fairly compressed as they move up towards the 75 metre mark on the fly. Lucinda Stanley with a good advantage as she finishes the fly. Turns on a 1:13.88, 2.5 seconds or so ahead of the rest of the field. In second place is Ayla Wagchiani of Hillingdon, and then just a little bit behind her is Holly Enright of Hillingdon in lane 8. Just to remind the swimmers, or let the swimmers know, we are marshalling from the pool entrance of the changing rooms. So the entrance nearest to the pool is where the marshalling area is today. It was at the other end of the changing rooms yesterday. So you need to come down to the pool entrance of pool end of the changing rooms when you're going to the marshalling area. Meanwhile, back in the pool is Lucinda Stanley in the lead, just ahead of Aoife O'Leary. Stanley turning, I think it won, I didn't read it, so apologies for that. But moving up into the lead is O'Leary in lane 1. So O'Leary in the lead, Stanley in second place. Then Wadjiani and Enright in third and fourth in lanes 7 and 8. Good backstroke. Swimming here from Aoife O'Leary of Hillingdon in lane 1 as she comes up towards the end of the backstroke, transitions into breaststroke. Second place Stanley, and then still very close for third and fourth. Wadjiani just ahead of Enright, lane 7 ahead of lane 8. Good battles for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Just in 5th place at the moment in lane 5, Bella Parkers of Stortford. And then we've got Grace Mason and Lucy Jordan Crawls not too far behind in lanes 3 and 4 rather. 2 and 3. Wadjiani then having a good breaststroke first 50 for Hillingdon in lane 7, takes the lead. Now ahead of O'Leary, O'Leary in second place. Holly Enright of Hillingdon in lane 8 in third place. Wadjiani then in the lead, coming up to 3/4 of the way through the breaststroke. 1 length breaststroke to go. O'Leary holding on to second place. Enright in third, and Stanley, the early leader, now in fourth place. Just dropping back a little bit on the backstroke and the breaststroke. Wadjiani then swimming strongly here on breaststroke, coming up towards the end of the breaststroke. Transitions into front crawl. Turns on a 4:14.06. O'Leary 4:20.18. And Enright on a 4:23.09. Those are the top 3 as they come into the front crawl. Wadjiani then extending her lead now. Best part of 10-11 metres. O'Leary in second place, Enright in third. "50 metres then for Wadjiani to go. She's got 9-10 metre advantage over O'Leary. Enright another 6 metres behind. Stanley in fourth place turning now, and then in fifth place just a little bit behind her, Bella Parkers of Stortford. Meanwhile, Wadjiani swimming strongly here, about to overhaul some of the field. Coming down then to finish the race. Entered on a 5:46.25, finishing on a 5:31.45, so a long way under her entry time. O'Leary second, 5:36.97. Enright coming in to finish third, 5:42.15. Stanley fourth, 5:44.66, close for the next 2 places. Just goes to Parker's 5:50.11. And then Ryan in 6th place on a 5:50.67. Our final swimmer then coming in, Amber Galley of Wickham, coming in and finishing in a time of 6:13.30. No, that's the wrong time. 6:13.39 it was, right. So that completes the individual medley. We move on to the boys' 200 metre butterfly, which will be event 18, swum over 2 heats. Event 18, heat 1, referee. Three swimmers in the opening heat of the 200 fly, that's 8 lengths off the pool. Ollie Fennick of Verulam in lane 3, Crosby Barron of Hillingdon in 4, and George Lockhart of Wickham in 5. Crosby Barron of Hillingdon with the early advantage, quite a little way ahead of the rest of the field. So the first 2 lengths complete. 6 to go, 34.05 for his split, very close between Fennick and Lockhart, 37.92, 38.18, so just a couple of tenths between them. Barron in lane 4, moving away from the rest of the field. Moving up towards the halfway point. Barron entered on a 3:13.03, going to be a little bit underneath that, I would think, on a 1:13.28 split. Very close to the next 2 places. Lockhart and Fennick. Lockhart marginally ahead, turns on a 1:23.76 against a 1:24.26. Lockhart entered on a 3:36, so again should be under his entry time and no entry time for Fennick. Barron of Hillingdon then coming back down towards the start end, half a length or so ahead of the rest of the field, or the other 2 swimmers in this heat. Lockhart still looking strong underneath the flags, coming up towards 6 lengths done, 2 lengths to go, turns on a 1:55.84. Lockhart just moving away from Fennick now as they come down towards the turn end to complete 6 lengths. Lockhart, metre or so advantage. Lockhart turns first, 2:11.73. Fennick second, 2:12.80, or second out of those 2. Third and fourth in the heat. Meanwhile, Barron moving down towards the finish. Half a length to go, long way ahead of the rest of the field. Barron finishes then very strongly, 2:38.68. Good a race for the next 2 swimmers, but Lockhart just has it from Fennick at the moment with half a length to go. Underneath the flags, 4 or 5 strokes to go. Lockhart second, 3:00.33. Fennick just a second or so behind, 3:01.40. And that completes our first heat. Heat 2, referee. So there is a spot prize. Whoever wins this heat gets a prize. And the swimmers in this heat are Mark Evans of Hitchin in lane 1, Archie Rann of Ware in 2, Alexander Williams of Hillingdon in 3, Alex Austin of Hillingdon in 4, Alex Mills of Wickham in 5, Connor Smith of Wickham in 6, Liam Trainer of Hillingdon in 7, and Ollie Mills of Wickham in lane 8. And a big lead after 2 lengths for Alexander Williams, turning on a 28.86. So Williams in the lead. Lane 3. Second place in lane 4, Alex Austin. Archie Rann in lane 2. In third place, Williams turns at the halfway point, just over the minute mark, 1:01.62. Entered on 2:29, again should be underneath that entry time. I guess a lot of these times are probably quite old, given the fact that we've been in a pandemic for some time, so it may not have swum this competitively for a year and a half. And that could be true of most of the swimmers today. So should be lots of PBs, at least in competitive galas, as Williams comes up towards the flags. Looking very strong, turns with 2 lengths to go, 1:35.70. Alex Austin, lane 4, second place. Archie ran in lane 2 in 3rd place. Then Connor Smith marginally ahead of Alex Mills for the next couple of positions, 4th and 5th. Coming back down towards the start end then to complete his 200 metres butterfly. Alexander Williams of Hillingdon in lane 3, looking as good now as he was at the beginning. Final stroke, hits the wall, 2:11.64. Alex Austin of Hillingdon comes in next, 2:20.82, and it's a close race down this final length. Just holding on to 3rd place was Alex Austin, not Alex Austin, sorry, Archie Ran of Ware. Actually, Ran was 4th. It was Mills who was 3rd. Mills' time, 2:28.26. Couple more swimmers then to finish. Ollie Mills, lane 8 for Wickham. Comes in, 2:55.38. And that leaves our final swimmer then for Hitchin, Mark Evans, in lane 1. Mark then coming underneath the flags, 4 or 5 strokes left to go. And Mark finishes the 200 fly to complete that heat. So swimmers, clear the pool to the sides please as we move on to event 19, which is a girls 100 metre breaststroke, swum over 12 heats, so a very popular event indeed. Event 19, event 19, the 100 metres breaststroke. This is heat 1, referee.
Come on there, top.
4 lengths breaststroke then. Sanita Bowen of Wickham in lane 1, Lottie Head of Verulam in 2, Hannah Miller of Watford in 3, Jasmine Hunt of Stevenage in 4, Shani Coalfield of Stevenage in 5, Jessica Penner of Wickham in 6, Isabel Cowie of Watford in 7, and our early leader Lottie Denman of Wickham in lane 8. So no entry times for any of these swimmers, so the first time, or first opportunity for them to get a time on the rankings. And Lottie Denham in lane, Isabel Cowie in lane 7. No Lottie Denham. So it's lane 7 at the halfway point, early advantage, 50.47 her split time. Stevenage swimmer Shani Coalfield in 5 in second place at the moment, and close for third between Jasmine Hunt of Stevenage in 4, Jessie Penner of Wickham in 6. Isabel Cowie of Watford, long way out in the lead. Best part of 5 metres as she goes underneath the flags. Cowie turns in, turns for home, just under a length to go. Shani Coalfield of Stevenage in second place. And third place is Jasmine Hunt, also of Stevenage, 2 black-hatted swimmers in the middle of the pool. Isabel Cowie of Watford with the red hat in lane 7, closest to the spectator area. Coming up towards the flags, just about 5 metres to go. Going to win this heat convincingly. Her time, 1:49.44. Caulfield for Stevenage comes in next. She finishes 2:29. Good race for third and fourth. Just goes to Hunt, 2:04.62. And fourth place, Jessie Penner Wickham. Her time, 2:06.09. Lottie Head of Verulam finishes on a 2:24.21. Our final swimmer in this heat, Anita Bowen of Wickham, finishes her time 2:43.17. Lane 2, hold the lane ropes, please. Timekeeper, can you tell your swimmer, please? Lane 2. Heat 2, referee. Second heat underway. All our swimmers in the water, every lane. Rafe Williams of Wickham in 1, Charlotte Curzon of Wickham in 2, Hetty McLean of Stevenage in... Sorry. Rafe Williams in 0, Charlotte Curzon in 1, Hetty McLean in 2, Jessica Mealy of Harpenden in 3, Amisha Prashanth of Verulam in 4, Kitty Reader of Watford in 5, Cleo Kirby of Watford in 6, Ruby Chabaro of Watford in 7, Lewis Fields of Stortford in 8, and Isla Bunch of Wickham in lane 9. And it's lane 7, Ruby Chabaro of Watford, big advantage, turns 47.15. Next to her, Cleo Kirby of Watford, lane 6 in second place. And third place at the halfway point, Hetty McLean, Stevenage, lane 2. All the swimmers then into their third length, out in the lead. Ruby for Watford, lane 7. 1 length to go, turns, underwater transition, comes up. 20 metres or so left for her to go. Cleo Kirby of Watford, lane 6 in second place, and it's tight for third. We have Amisha Prashanth and Hetty McLean. Amisha just moved into third place. Back at the front though, dominant win here. Ruby Chabaro of Watford winning, lane 7, 1:43.34. And second place swimmer was the other Stevenage swimmer, Cleo Kirby of Watford, 1:52.85. And then Prashanth just coming in third, 1:59.39 ahead of McLean on the 2:00.17. Heat 3, referee. Heat 3 underway. Getting faster every heat, of course. Isla here of Watford in 1, Summer Everson of Watford in 2, Isabella Alawalia of Verulam in 2. Sorry, it starts in lane 0, keep forgetting that. Annie Hilton Cook of Verulam in 3, Daisy Herodine of Stevenage in 4, Freya Kirby of Watford in 5, Eloise Sanders of Harpenden in lane 6, Amelia Taylor in 7 for Stortford, Emily Forder for Wickham in lane 8, and Anna Vaughan of Stortford in lane 9. And it is Summer Everson of Watford with a good advantage, best part of 2 and a bit metres, turns on a 46.49, very close for the next places, but just in second place at the turn was Freya Kirby, turning on a 50.18. Beginning to change around for second, third, fourth, and so on, but out in the lead. Summer Everson, no entry times for any of these swimmers. So slightly random seeding, I guess, as the no times to go on as such. Summer Everson then in the lead. Very close indeed for the next positions. Freya Kirby just ahead of Eloise Sanders. And coming back on both those swimmers is Emily Forder of Wickham. Meanwhile, back at the front, dominant win here, Summer Everson. She finishes 140.80. 3 swimmers pretty much in a line here. The Watford swimmer with a slight advantage is going to be on the touch though. And it just goes to Kirby. Freya Kirby, 147.83. And then Amelia Taylor rather of Watford in lane 7 coming in third, 147.90.
Don't worry, mommy, you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
It don't take much to fair this way. That's like Sadie. She's saying, oh, I'm taller than your mum. I went, yeah, but that's not much, is it? Sorry, love.
Well, you've got to accept it.
She's nearly 5'7".
Oh, wow.
Heat 4. Heat 4, a spot heat referee.
Yeah, very good height,
Stand down, swimmers, please. Can the previous heat clear the pool, please? Lane 4, stand down, please. Stand down, please, swimmers.
I would intimidate you on the first day. Oh yes, I would. No, I would intimidate any boyfriend they bring to the door the first day. I'm telling you, man. You're not. I'll be nice, but you're not having that date. You're having the date with me, so that the next time you come, I'm good to go. If you can't cope with me, you can't cope with my blood. Same thing. You know, same thing. Who? Yes.
Off we go then with Heat 4. Fam of Verulam in 0. Raven Wickham 1. Janust Stevenage 2. Collinson of Dunstable in 3. Flitton of Dunstable in lane 4. Alice of Wickham in 5. Mears of Wickham in 6. Janusta of Stevenage in 7. Randall of Watford in late, and Pierce of Stevenage in lane 9. And it's lane 1 with the early advantage. Annabel Raven of Wickham. Raven of Wickham in the lead. Then at the other end of the pool, Randall of Watford just ahead of Pierce of Stevenage, lanes 8 and 9. As Raven turns, 43.70. Then we've got Randall turning, followed by Pierce, 46.50, 48.74. Raven still has the advantage. Randall in second, Pierce in third. And it's a good race for the next couple of positions. Emile Janust of Stevenage in lane 7, just ahead of Adele Janust of Stevenage in lane 2, so not too much to choose between them. As Raven, half a length or so to go. Long way in the lead. Raven comes underneath the flag, so Randall in second, Pierce in third. Raven then no entry time, finishes first at 1:34.77. Randall likewise no entry time, finishes 1:40.08. It's getting tight for the last few positions. Pierce may just hang on to this over in lane 9. Couple of strokes left to go. Pierce takes third place. Her time must be 1:51.92.
They know what the buttons to press.
Next pair of swimmers coming in, a good race between them.
Oh yes, that's it.
Litton just ahead of Hallis, Dunstable swimmer ahead of the Wickham swimmer. We have two more swimmers left to go. Lane 3 is Gina Collinson of Dunstable. Entered on 2:34. I think she's going to be underneath that time fairly comfortably. Finishes on a 2:26. Then our final swimmer is Elowen Mears Wickham, and she finishes in a time of 2:30 dead.
Irish, you don't mess about. You clear it out, they will beat you up. Oh yes. I ain't living it. Nah.
Heat 5, referee.
I know it's okay to talk about all these things. It prepares you, but physically, I am not ready. So I tell them, I'm not ready. I'm sure you're not ready too. I'm your dad. I'm not ready. So give it a little bit. We'll deal with it later. You know, there's plenty of time.
Heat 5 underway. A disqualification though for event 19, Heat 3, lane 3. Disqualified for a technical infraction.
You know, he's a sports dad, you know, because he would love Sadie more than he would handle the boys. I tell you, if the boys bring girls home or he see them hanging about the shop, he will kill them. But the girls, they're just a little bit too.
So in the pool, Goulburn in 0, Gleeson 1, Burnett 2, Tang 3, Davis 4, Dan 5, Tucker 6, Taylor 7, Welsh 8, and Hawes in lane 9. It's lane 4 that turns first. That's Jasmine Davis of Watford, turning on a 47.27. Then we've got Goulburn just ahead of Dan rather. Back down towards the turn end. Jasmine Davis still in the lead, looking strong. Davis then turns, 1 length to go, somewhat ahead of the rest of the field. It's close for the next couple of positions. Goulburn just ahead of Dan, lane 0 ahead of lane 5. Jasmine Davis looking safe for the win though of this heat. 11 years old, entered on a 2:03.87, going to be a long way underneath that. Davis takes the win, 1:42.57. It's swapped around. We've got Dan in front of Goulburn now. Dan in second place, 1:48.87. Goulburn third, 1:51.25. Close for the next two positions. Welsh versus Hawes. Welsh takes it. Hawes in third place, fifth place rather, 1:57.28 against a 1:58.50. And that completes Heat 5. Heat 6, referee. Toe in 0, Hadnot in 1, Cooper in 2, Chima in 3, Keane in 5, McDonald Williams in 6, Washer in 7, Craven in 8, and Lyon in lane 7. It's pretty tight here. It's lane 5 with the early lead. 5 versus 9. That's McDonald Williams versus, Keane versus Lyon. And Keane turns just first. It's very tight for the next few positions. Toe 0, Hadnot 1, Cooper in lane 2. and Chima in lane 3, all vying for second, third, fourth and fifth, along with Charlotte Lyon in lane 9, but still in the lead. It is Tabitha Keane of Wickham, has quite an advantage. Second place is Charlotte Lyon. Keane turns on a 46.21, so about a second faster than the previous heat. As they move down towards the turn end for the final time in this heat. Keane has the advantage still, just ahead of Lyon. Lyon coming back well, but she is in second place. Another good swimmer in lane 3 is Senan Chima of Harpenden with a black hat. As turning for home with the green hat of Wickham is Tabitha Keane, lane 5 in the middle of the pool. And it's very tight for the next couple of positions. Chima 3 just ahead of Lyon in 6 as Keane comes underneath the flags. Entered in a 1:54.76, a lot quicker than that 1:36.74. It's tight for the next positions. Charlotte Lyon has the advantage at the moment with Stevenage. She comes in second, 1:44.16. And then in third place, Senan Chima of Harpenden. Her time was 1:46.25, although scoreboard says Washer was second on a 1:45.13. Heat 7, referee. Peters in 0, Strachan in 1, Sedgwick 2, Flitton 3, Thompson 4, Barker 5, Hudson 6, Smith 7, Newman in lane 8 and Gray in lane 9. Pretty much a line across the pool, little to choose between them. Slight advantage to lane 3. She turns 3 and 2 turning together. That's Amber Flitton in 3, Caroline Sedgwick in lane 2, Dunstable versus Harpenden. And it's the Dunstable swim with the blue hat. Amber Flitton with the slight advantage, half a metre or so ahead of Caroline Sedgwick of Harpenden. Those two ahead of the rest of the field. Third place is Caitlin Peters at the moment for Harpenden as they turn. Flitton turns first, 45.92, coming off the wall, extending her advantage. So it is pretty close. There's about 6 swimmers vying for second place, and they could be vying for first place, depending how Flitton continues down this last length and a bit. Flitton has the advantage at the moment. Amber Flitton, blue hat, turns first. She's got, a metre, maybe a metre and a half. Turning second, Rebecca Smith, Harpenden, over at the other end of the pool. So it's pretty tight here. For second onwards, can Smith overhaul Flitton as they come down towards the flags. Flitton still in the lead. Smith swimming that little bit faster. A very strong couple of strokes there. Very good final 25 here for Smith. Smith takes the win. Very good indeed. 1:39.64. Flitton second, 1:40.36, and Thompson third, 1:42.04. Heat 8, referee. Rowan 1, Saynor 2, Gajek 3, Tang at 3, Hare 4, Royston Hayes 5, Wells 6, Reed 7, Hunt 8, and Hopkins in lane 9. And it's lane 4 and 8 with the early advantage as they come up towards the turn. It's tight. 4 just in the lead. That is Kaylin here. So Kaylin here was in the lead, being pushed hard by the Wickham swimmer in lane 2, Sarah Gajek. So Sarah Gajek and Kaylin here vying for the lead, though over at the other end of the pool. Be seen by me, Tori Hunt of Stevenage, just in the lead, 42.61. Those three swimmers almost in a line. They come off the wall. Hunt still has the advantage. Just beginning to move away. He's now here. So not too much to choose between them. Here still has a slight advantage here from Hunt, from Gajek. Gajek moved up to second place. Here is in the lead though, still in lane 4. Swimming for Wickham. Sorry, swimming for Watford with the red hat. So it's here versus Gajek, as it has been all the way through. Here has a slight advantage underneath the flags. Here in the lead, Gajek in second place. Hunt in third at the moment, and they finish, and it's Kalin finishing first, 1:30.54. Sarah Gajek second, 1:31.33, and third place goes to Susanna Reid in a 1:33. Sorry, Tori Hunt at a 1:33.11. A disqualification for you. Event 19, heat 5, lanes 2 and 5, both disqualified for a technical infraction. Heat 9, referee. So Shaq in lane 0, Kaknoati in 1, Great Batch in 2, Condon in 3, Stone in 4, Eva in 5, Alwes in 6, Hughes in 7, Buckland in 8, and Borden in lane 9. Another close heat, as probably to be expected as we get towards the faster swimmers. And it's lane 4 with the early lead. Nice underwater phase there. But coming back on her is lane 6. That's Alwes in 6 for Hillingdon, 4 is Izzy Stone of Hillingdon, so the two Hillingdon swimmers with the black hats. And then another Hillingdon swimmer is Neve Hughes in lane 7. Turning first though, Izzy Stone. Turning on a 41.93, underwater phase looking good, coming up at 7 metres. Stone moving away from the rest of the field. Hughes and Alwes second and third, lanes 7 and 6. Stone turns first, couple of metres advantage over the rest of the field. The other two Hillingdon swimmers racing each other for second and third, Alwes and Hughes. Not much to choose between them. Now it's marginal advantage to Alwes from Hughes. Meanwhile, underneath the flags, almost just coming underneath flags now, Izzy Stone of Hillingdon, entered on 1:35.87. Comes in, completes the race at 1:28.08. Swapped around for second and third. It goes to Hughes from Alwes, 1:31.85 against a 1:32.43. Heat 10 referee. Wood in 0, Riak in 1, Enright 2, Bisari in 3, Carpenter 4, Fawcett in 5, Fowler in 6, Sweet in 7, Leon 8, Sharwood in lane 9. So this is heat 10, and it's lane 4. Early advantage, just ahead of the rest of the field. Rachel Carpenter of Ware Whilst they're moving down towards the start end, technical infraction for you. Event 19, Heat 8, Lane 9 disqualified for a technical infraction. Meanwhile, back at the front, Carpenter still has the advantage. It's pretty tight. Rui Visaria of Hillingdon just beside her in lane 3 in second place, and it's very tight for third onwards. Carpenter comes up from the transition phase in the lead. Visaria in second place, pushing her hard. It's pretty tight for the next positions, and a number of swimmers coming back on second. In particular, Holly Enright in lane 2. Carpenter turns first, Visaria second, and then Enright versus Wood, Hillingdon versus Ware for the third and fourth position. Rachel Carpenter, the good solid swim here, body length and a half ahead of Visaria. She's got a couple more strokes to go. Finishes on a 126.74. Visaria, good solid second then, 129.53. And third place went to Enright, Holly Enright, 131.43. Heat 11, referee. Whitaker in 0, Heathcott 1, Duncan 2, Clune 3, Harper 4, Bernat Kaya in 5, Davis in 6, Wakiani in 7, Hoffer 8, and Radomska in lane 9. It's a close race here, 3 and 4 turning much the same time. Duncan versus Clune, Clune versus Harper. Out of the underwater phase, it's pretty good swimming here, we're almost in the line. Slight advantage though to lane 6, very slight indeed. Jennifer Davis of Dunstable with a blue hat, just half a metre or so in the lead at the halfway point, touches 39.23, ahead of Wakiani, winner of our earlier heat, on a 41.08 as they go back down towards the turn end. Wakiani versus Davis. Davis with a slight advantage, is just beginning to swap around as they go underneath the flags, coming up towards the final turn. Wakiani in 6 and Wakiani in 7, Davis in 6. They turn at exactly the same time. Lovely underwater phase there from Wakiani. That's why you need to work on your turn, swimmers. And she takes half a metre or so out of Davis. They're coming down towards the flags, just 5 metres to go. Wakiani of Hillingdon comes in and she takes the win, 122.41. Davis second, 122.13. And third place goes to lane 9. Not quite sure, actually, I can't read it, I didn't see it. It is to Radomska. It was lane 9, 125.34. Heat 12, referee. Whitaker 0, Jan Harvey 1, Barker 2, Simpson 3, Cairncross 5, McDad 6, Diego 7, Wiles 8, and Lasukati in lane 8. And it's pretty tight here. It's lane 3 has the early lead. That's Chloe Simpson of Watford with the red hat up from the underwater phase, still in the lead, being pushed hard though by Madison Whitaker of Hemel. Blue hat in lane 0, closest to the windows. Whitaker in second, then Simpson in first, coming back strongly, or not coming back, but swimming strongly. It's lane 8. And lane 8 just marginally in third place, but looking well. Good there is Madison Wiles of Hemel. So Wiles of Hemel in lane 8. And we've got Simpson in 3, Whitaker in 0. Those are the first, second and third. The other swimmers, Erin Harath in 5 and Jacob Chen in lane 6. No entry times for these swimmers. Swimmers in the middle 2 lanes, 11 years old. The outer 2 lanes are 10 years old. And it is lane 4 at the moment. Felipe Irvine with a slight advantage, but really very little to choose between them. 2 lengths of each discipline, 2 lengths fly, then 2 lengths backstroke, 2 lengths breaststroke, 2 lengths front crawl. Irvine then just turns ahead of the other 2 swimmers. Into the backstroke, Irvine 47.88, then Califas 48.80, 49 dead for Herath. So will the backstroke split them at all? At the moment it's still Irvine with the lead. Irvine just ahead, or Irvine in the lead, Califas in 2nd place, Herath 3rd, Chen in 4th place. So this might go down to a breaststroke leg to see if we can split them. They're beginning to split a little bit, but only a couple of meters between them, about a second and a half, I would guess. Irvine then in the lead, Califas moving into 2nd place, drifting back a little bit, Herath, Chen in 4th. Irvine in the lead, Califas in 2nd place. Next to nothing to choose between them as they come up to the end of the backstroke. Irvine turns first into breaststroke, Califas 2nd, and first signs are that Irvine is better breaststroke swimmer. It's underwater phase that little bit better, but we'll see how the stamina goes. Califas in 2nd place, Chen move up into 3rd ahead of Herath. Can we please have the swimmers for the 100 fly? The girls swimmers for the 100 fly, event 21. Can you make your way to the marshalling area, please? So that's the girls for the 100 fly. Make your way to the marshalling area, please. So I was wrong on the breaststroke, completely wrong. Califas just swam a little bit faster, overhauled a meter's deficit to be almost exactly the same distance, or marginally ahead rather, as they come up towards the end of the breaststroke. Califas from Irvine is going to be down to a 50-meter sprint between these two. 2:48.04 against a 2:48.59, so 0.5 advantage. And Irvine just looking that little bit stronger, but that's what I said last time and I was wrong. Chen looking a very solid 3rd place with Herath in 4th. Up towards the final turn. Irvine then a meter or so ahead of Califas. Chen in 3rd place, Herath in 4th. And Irvine now moving away. Biggest lead he's had all the way through. Irvine underneath the flags, no entry times for any of these swimmers, so first time on the rankings. Irvine takes a win, 3:31.66. Good swim there for Califas, a year younger, didn't come up the time, it was like 5 seconds behind, I would think. Then lanes, Herath rather, or Chen rather, 3:43.60. Califas' time, 3:36.31. And Herath, our final swimmer in this heat, comes in 3:54.55. Heat 2, referee. Second heat underway. Wyatt in 0, Polklow in 1, Ruck in 2, Jones in 4. Oh, my apologies, I thought there was a swimmer missing, but there is a swimmer in lane 3, which is Binnington. Donna in 5, Gore in 6, Simpson 7, Barton 8, and Hall in lane 9. Technical infraction report for you. Event 19, heat 12, lane 8, disqualified for a technical infraction. Meanwhile, back in the water, coming up towards the end of the fly, it's Binnington, Harpenden, a long way ahead of the rest of the field, 36.50. He turns in the lead into backstroke, tight between the two, or Bishop Stortford swimmer in lane 6. That's Robert Gore, and then the Stevenage swimmer in lane 8, Archie Barton, both of them with black hats. And Barton just beginning to overhaul Gore. Up in the lead though, it's Binnington though, still with quite a significant advantage. Barton ahead of Gore for the next couple of positions. Binnington with a good lead into breaststroke. And we have Gore moved away from Barton somewhat as they're into the breaststroke, and the next place swimmer is Donne, Alexander Donne of Harpenden in lane 5. Samuel Binnington of Harpenden, deceptively slow looking but in the lead, swimming well. Second place is Robert Gore, also looking very nice on the breaststroke, nice glide phase. A lot of power there, beginning to catch up the leader, Binnington, but he's got a long way to overhaul him, over 50 metres of front crawl. Binnington turns on a 2:10.95, Gore on a 2:15.63. Donne in third place at the moment as he moves up towards his turn from breaststroke into front crawl, turns on a 2:30. Binnington holding on to the lead quite easily, so was being caught on breaststroke but extends away now on the front crawl as he comes in. Binnington's entry time was a 3:34, finished on a 2:49. Gore in second place, 2:55.39, and a little bit of a wait now before the rest of the swimmers come in. Alexander Donne will be our next swimmer. Donne entered on a 3:26.84, so he's be a little bit under that, I think. We'll see in a moment. As Donne finishes 3:13.45, so 13 seconds under his entry time. And then the rest of our swimmers come in. Or most of the rest of our swimmers, we've got 2 left in lanes 2 and 0. So Thomas Ruck for Wickham in 2 rather. Casey Wyatt for Stevenage in lane 0. Ruck comes in and finishes on a time of 2:49, no, not 2:49, 3:36.98. And then Wyatt comes in 3:44.22. Heat 3, referee. Ingram in 0, ball in 1. Asanu in 2, Ellis in 3, Charita 4. Mason Chubb in lane 5, and it is lane 4 that turns first. Josh Charita of Hillingdon. And we've got Rafi May in 6, Sue Saunders in 7, Moore 8, and McDonald Williams in lane 9. Lane 4 then a little ahead of the rest of the field. He turns first, 30.55. That's Josh Charita of Hillingdon. On the backstroke though, it's 4 swimmers vying for the lead now. Rafi May of Watford with the red hat in second place, and then not too far behind it is Kaylin Bossianu of Hemel in lane 2, but still in the lead. Charita of Hillingdon. It's getting a little bit closer. Rafi May catching him up over the backstroke. Charita turns first, 1:08.93. May behind him, 1:09.57, so just less than a second between them as they go into breaststroke. And Bassianu of Hemel with a blue hat in lane 2, beginning to join the fight for the first position. Charita turns first. Coming up halfway down the second length of breaststroke. Charita in the lead. May in second place. Bassiano in third. Not too much to choose between the first two swimmers. It's 1:55.20 against 1:55.41, so just under a second has dropped to 0.2, and May now moving up into the lead. May overhauling Josh Charita, so Rafi May off Watford into the final turn, turns first. Charita in second place, Bassiano in third. Just over half a length to go. Can May hold on to this? Looking okay at the moment, looking fairly strong. He's a body length advantage over Charita. As May comes down, completes the event, or his heat, 2:29.46. Charita second, 2:31.98. Bassiano third, 2:35.27. Next swimmer to come in is Matheson Chubb. Then we have George Ball. 4 more swimmers coming in to complete this heat. Luke Ellis for Wicken comes in next. Just a little bit behind him is Leo Saunders, then McDonald Williams, and our other swimmer, Ryan Ingram. Heat 4, referee. So getting a lot faster as we begin to hit our final heat, 2:20.81. Adam Bennett's entry time in lane 4, and he's just in the lead. So Mills in 0, Lydiard 1 rather, Lockhart 2, Opimo Fisher 3, Bennett 4, Smith 5, Sapsed in lane 6, Martin 7, Ran 8, and Abrahams in lane 9. And it's Bennett turning first, 29.91, just under the 30-second mark. And Toby Martin of Harpenden in second place. And third place, lane 3, which is David Opimo Fisher of Hillingdon. So not pretty close for second, third, fourth. Slight advantage to Adam Bennett of Hillingdon. Nice underwater backstroke transition there, taking out a little bit of distance from the rest of the field, just under 5 meters between him and second place. He turns on at 1:02.51. Opimo Fisher 1:05.94 for second place. And then it is Toby Martin for Harpenden turning on a 1:09.74 for third place into breaststroke. Good. Almost the first length of breaststroke done. Bennett turns first. David Opimo Fisher in second place. Bennett looking under control, holding on to his advantage. Slightly less distance, but time-wise it's much the same. A good fight for third, fourth and fifth as Bennett turns 1:42.63. Opimo Fisher turns next, 1:46.89, 4 seconds behind. And then it's still Toby Martin just hanging on to third place, being pushed hard by Archie Rannan and Connor Smith. Bennett coming down just over 5, or less than that now. Bennett then finishes strongly then, 2:12.46. He entered on a, what was it, a 2:20, so a long way underneath there. David Opimo Fisher finishing next, 2:20.93. Very good final 50 for Bennett there. Took a lot of time out of the rest of the field. Coming in third place is Connor Smith, so good. Oh, it wasn't actually, oh, his pad hasn't worked. I think he was third, we'll see on the backups. But Connor Smith, there or thereabouts for third place, and then there we are, third place, and then fourth place, Toby Martin. For Harpenden, his time of 2:31.53. So that completes the boys 200 IM. If you can clear the pool to the sides, please, swimmers. We move on to the girls' 100 fly now. That's event 21, swum over 5 heats. And this is heat 1, referee. First heat then, we have Jessica Mealy in lane 2, Maria Pierce in 3, Annabelle Raven in 4, Ira Thacker in 5, Emily Ford in lane 6. So 4 lengths of a butterfly. And it's the Wickham swimmer, Annabelle Raven, in lane 4 with the early lead. Just to her left, Maria Pierce of Stevenage with a black hat. Not quite so close to her as she was a moment ago as Raven does the first 50, 39.43. Pierce in second place, and then a little bit behind her, Thacker. Pierce turning 44.37 against a 45.17. Out in the lead though, a good strong swim here for Annabelle Raven of Wickham. No entry time for any of these swimmers. And different ages as well. So Annabelle Smith, the oldest swimmer, 13, down to Jessica Mealy, the 10-year-old in lane 2. Raven then just over or under half a length left to go. Good strong swim underneath the flags, 3 or 4 strokes left. Finishes lovely, 1:26.71 the winning time there for Annabelle Raven. Maria Pierce moved away from Ira Thacker. And Thacker's doing nice final half length or so, but Pierce just going to take this one for second place, 1:42.90. So it was Ford in third, Emily Forder on a 1:44.69. And we have our final swimmer then coming in. She is Jessica Mealy of Harpenden in lane 2. Half a length or so to go for her. Underneath the flag then for Jessica, just about 3 strokes left to go. Coming in to get her first time for the 100 fly, and that time is a 2:32.32. Heat 2, referee. Heat 2 underway, Cowley in 0, Peters in 1, Keane in 2, Riak in 4, Mahesh in 5, Newman in 6, Royston Hayes in 7, Reader in 8, and Croft in lane 9. That's lane 4, Rebecca Riak of Hillingdon turning first, just ahead of Nikki Mahesh of Watford. Riak then looking good here, a couple of metres ahead of the rest of the field. She turns on a 37.32. Mahesh turning second. So my mistake, it's Visaria in the lead and Riak in second place. So Visaria moving away from the rest of the field now, coming Strongly down the final 25, entered on 1:43.17, comes into finish in the lead on a 1:20.01. Rebecca Riak of Hillingdon entered on 1:42 dead, 25.67 is her time for second place. And then our third place swimmer, Madeline Newman, comes in and she finishes on a 1:35.19. Heat 3, referee. Gray in 0, Gajak in 1, Stanley in 2, Fletcher in 3, Farrington in 4, Alderson in 5, Hughes in 6, De Jager in 7, Barker in 8 and Cook in lane 9. And it's lane 2 with the early advantage, that's Livy Stanley of Hillingdon. So somewhat ahead of the rest of the field, a body length a bit close for the next few positions. Stanley turns first, 33.99. Hughes turns in second place. Back up towards the turn end, Stanley still has the advantage. Hughes versus De Jager for the next couple of positions. Stanley has the advantage. And it's a good race for the next positions. So Livy Stanley takes the win, 1:13.55. It's very tight for second and third. It just goes to Hughes on a 1:16.60, ahead of an Alderson, swimming for Hemmel on a time of 1:16.62. Heat 4, referee. Dowers in lane 0, Jeffs in 1, Cross 2, Craig 3, Ingram 4, Galley 5, and that's Kaya in 6, Wagiani in 7, Sandon 8 and Hopper in lane 9. So the penultimate heat of the girls 100 fly. It's lane 3, has the early lead as they move up towards the halfway point. Emma Craig of Harpenden. Body length ahead of the rest of the field pretty much. Craig turns first, 33.27, very close for the next positions. Just turning in second place was Sandon. So it's just moving away, not quite so close as it was. Emma Craig still has the advantage in lane 3. She's a little way ahead of the rest of the field. The closest to her is lane 7, which is Wagiani for Hillingdon. Having very good strong finishes is Wagiani. She might just take this, actually it's going to be very close between her and Craig. I think Craig's just going to take it though. She does 1:12.50, Wagiani 1:13.03, and close for the next positions. Alwis was in third place, 1:16.16. Heat 5, a referee. Heat 4 underway then, and another close heat indeed, a slight advantage to lane 2, which is Beatrice Jeffs as they turn. All quiet, they're underneath the water. Jeffs now in second place as lane 3 moves up into the lead. Sorry, this is wrong heat, so it's Jordan Shackle. Get myself back together here. So Shackle in the lead in heat lane 3. Shackle has the lead then. Very close though, not far behind her. Holly Morgan of Hoddesdon. Shackle turns last time, just lead. Holly Morgan a tad behind her. And then Lucinda Stanley and Emma Shack vying for the next cup position. So Stanley just moving up towards second place. But taking the win is Amaya Shackle of Watford. Her time 1:11.08. Stanley in second place, 1:11.86. And that completes event 21. I've got some raffle tickets for you, which I'll rattle through whilst I get out the pool. So the raffle tickets, winning numbers 7, 50, 134, 400, 305, 588, 286, 213, 282 and 95. So I'll read those out again when we get a moment, but those are the winning raffle ticket numbers. We move on to event 22, the boys 100 free, heat 1, referee. Jacob Chen in lane 3 for Watford, Constantine Califas for Watford in lane 4, and Eddie Beard of Verulam in lane 5. The winning coach's raffle ticket is 80. So the winning coach raffle ticket, 80. Constantine Califas of Watford, just with the slight advantage over Jacob Chen. Also Watford as they hit the halfway mark, turning on 40.27 versus a 41.44. And then Eddie Beard a little bit behind them on a 45.76. Califas just extending his advantage, a body length or so now ahead of Chen. They both go underneath the flags up towards that final turn. Califas turns first, no hat for him, but he's a Watford swimmer. And Jacob Chen in the red hat of Watford coming off the wall nicely. Chen caught up a little bit of distance, but I think Califas will hold on to this one as they've got half a length to go. Califas then in the lead, Chen in second place, Eddie Beard in third. No entry times for the first 2 heats. Califas takes the win, Chen catching him but not fast enough for second place. 1:26.51 against a 1:27.20. Eddie Beard just coming underneath the flags. Green hatted swimmer for Verulam in lane 5. Completes the first heat, 1:43.46. Heat 2, referee. Lions in 0, Reddle in 1, Mansur in 3, Atasi in 4, Zaranov in 7 rather, Hearn in 8, and Fennick in lane 9. And it's lane 4. Off and running, Ethan Latese of Harpenden with the black hat, somewhat ahead of the rest of the field. 8 or 9 meters advantage as he turns. His turn time, 33.72. Turning seconds is Saunders, and in third place at the turn is Misha Zaranov. Not too much to choose between second and third, but Ethan Latese looking good over in lane 4, coming back down towards the start end. 9 meters or so advantage over the rest of the field. Slightly hesitant turn there for Zaranov in 7, giving the advantage to who is it? Over in lane 2, so it must be George Saunders. So Saunders is second, 1:20.92. Latese first, 1:12.55. And Zaranov in third place. His time was 1:21.85. Heat 3, referee. McCone in lane 0, Bird in 1, Dickinson 2, Richards 3, Spearman Baines 4, Roberts 5, Adams 6, Turbritty in 8, and Calnins in lane 9. It's lane 9 then, early lead, Christians Calnins of Hemel, no entry time for him, a long way ahead of the rest of the field. Then it's lane 3 with the in second place, Callum Richards of Harpenden, and close for third. Calnins moving back down towards the start end, big advantage over the rest of the field. Richards in second place, Dickinson in lane 2 for Wickham with the green hat in third position. As they move down towards the start end. Strong swim for Calnins. As I say, no entry time. About to get one. 1:29.82. Then second place goes to Callum Richards and then Adam Dickinson in third. 1:36.21 against a 1:37.12. Just to let you know, the warm-up for the next session will be at 12:10. So 12:10 warm-up for session 4. Heat 4, referee. Ruck in 1, Hazlitt Fossey in 2, Ran 3, sorry, Ruck in 0, Irvine 4, Brown 5, Grisham 6, Wu 7, Arath 8, and Francis in lane 9. It's lane 4, early lead. Lane 3, sorry, early lead. Arthur Ran of Ware, and then Felipe Irvine was in second place, but as I'm speaking, the Wickham swimmers coming to the Verulam swimmers rather coming to the fore, and it's a Verulam swimmer in lane 7, Callum Wu, turning first on a 39.31. In fact, Brown turned first on 39.16. So it's pretty close between Brown and Wu. As they go underneath the flags, Callum Wu still has a slight advantage over Brown. Callum Wu turning half a metre or so. Then we've got Brown and then Arthur Ran in third place. So it's a dash for the line here. Callum Wu just ahead of Brown, with Arthur Ran not too far behind them. The Watford swimmer coming between them, Felipe Irvine coming strongly, but the win goes to Callum Wu of Verulam on a 1:23.89. Irvine having a good final length there, 1:24.64 for second place. Brown third, 1:25.83. Heat 5, referee. Harrison 1, Imondi 2, Taggart 3, Wyatt 4, Bird 5, Jennings 6, Kerno 7, 8, and Butler in 9. Lane 2 turns fast. Luca Imondi of Harpenden entered on a 1:29 dead, looking strong, moving away from the rest of the field. The closest to him, Will Harris of Watford in lane 1. And it's a bit closer for the next few positions. The third place swimmer at the moment, Matthew Jennings of Harpenden, is 6. Meanwhile, turning on a 31.49 is Imondi, and then behind him Harris on a 33.94, so 2.5 seconds behind him. Third place still Matthew Jennings. Imondi looking good, perhaps just slowed down a little bit. We'll see as he comes off the turn. He's got a little bit more to go. Comes down towards the start end. Imondi in the lead. Harris in second place, Jennings in third. Imondi, 1:29.00 he's looking for. He's going to be massively underneath that. Must be a very old time. 1:11.61, so very good over his entry time then. Harris rather, second place on a 16.76. And then Jennings third, 1:17.30. Heat 6, a spot race, a referee. Oliver Jones in 1, Sam Jones in 2, Donna in 3, Gettens in Sonny in 2 rather, Gettens in 3, German in 4, Martin in 5, Cairncross in 6, Russo in 7, Royston Hayes in 8, Barton in lane 9. And it's lane 5, up and running early, Toby Martin for Harpenden, 1:19.01 his entry time, turns on a 28.13, going to be a long way underneath that. Turning second is lane 8, that's Mickey Royston Hayes. And third place at the moment is Alex Cairncross of Hitchin. Toby Martin then in the lead, black-hatted swimmer in lane 5, a long way ahead of the rest of the field. So Toby Martin comes in, finishes very strongly, 59.26, just under the minute, and he looks happy with that. Why wouldn't he? Next swimmer is going to be Royston, finishes in a time of 107.66. Then Ken Kraus for Hitchin, 109 rather, 39. A disqualification for you, event 22, heat 4, lane 0, disqualified for a technical infraction. Heat 7, referee. Hall in 0, Gore in 1, Gibson in 2. Around 3, Halls 4, Moore 5, Perry 6, Lewis 7, Ingram 8, Hucklow lane 9. Lane 2 going out well. James Gibson of Hemel Hempstead, blue hat, looking very strong and smooth, a body length advantage over the closest swimmer, which is Samuel Halls, also of Hemel in lane 4. Gibson turns 29.98. Halls on the 31.93. Third place at the moment. Crosby Moran as they go up into that final turn. James Gibson in the lead, coming off the wall. Gibson the lead, Halls in 4 in second. Moran between them in third place. Gibson just slowing down a little bit as he comes to the end, beginning to fade. Hawes coming back well, but Gibson takes a win. 106.45. Hawes second, 107.11. Around third, 108.22. Heat 8, referee. Bradley Smith in lane 1, Grinnell 0 rather. Grinnell in 1, Davenport 2, David Tostevin in lane 3, Brewster in lane 4. They turn then, all pretty much turning together. Lockhart 5, Hosier 6, Biddington 7, Ellis 8, Hall 9. And it's lane 0 with the lead at the moment. Bradley Smith for Hoddesdon goes into that first, or the 50-metre mark, 30.94. So it's the two ends of the pools in the lead at the moment. It's Bradley Smith taking the lead, George Ball in second place. And then it's very close for the next position, but it's Biddington in lane 7 in third place at the moment. As they go into the final turn, Bradley Smith 0 in the lead. Ball in 9 in second place, and it's all to play for across the middle of the pool for third position. Ball just beginning to fade, holding on to second place just, in fact, he's wrong, he's moving up into first place. Good final length there for him, 106.88. Bradley Smith, 107.33. Third place goes to Biddington for Harpenden. His time was a 107.66. Heat 9, referee. Heat 9 underway then, the time is just in the 108s. And taking the early lead is lane 7, which is Matheson Chubb. So Whelan in 0, Nanny in 1, Abrahams 2, So Sanders in Nova Swimmer in 3 rather, Hislop in 4, coming into the halfway mark. It's lane 7 still has the advantage. Matheson Chubb turning on a 29.91, just under the 30-second mark. Trainer in 5, McDonald Williams 6, Matheson Chubb 7, Mills 8, Lawrence in lane 9. Matheson Chubb still in the lead, just ahead of Lawrence in lane 9. So the two lanes nearest the spectator end in the lead at the moment. Matheson Chubb coming up towards the finishing mark here, entered on a 1:08, finishes on a 1:03.26. Second place goes to Nanji, 1:04.98, and that is in fact a dead heat along with George Ball. Heat 10, referee. Tenth heat underway then, it's pretty close, little to choose between them as they go into that first turn. Slight advantage to lane 8, Jeffrey Gill of Watford with the red hat. So Gill's in the lead. At the other end of the pool is Tommy Lydiard in second place. In fact, it's not true. It's Josh Chirita and Jeffrey Gill vying for the lead. Gill turns first, 29.28, as they're going back down towards the turn end. Gill in the lead, Chirita in second place. It's very tight for the next positions. At the moment though, it is Kaelin Bosianu in third place with the blue hat for Hemel Hempstead. A good race then between Jeffrey and Chirita, or Jeffrey Gill and Josh Chirita. Chirita just moved up into lead, being pushed very hard by Bosianu, but Chirita's going to take it. Chirita takes a win, 1:02.06. Second place goes to Bosianu on a time of 1:02.60, and on a 1:02.94 was Gill in third place. Heat 11, referee. Penultimate heat of the 100 free underway then. It's a really close race. Slight advantage to lane 2. Alexander Williams of Hillingdon in the black hat. He turns first, just ahead of the rest of the field. Up under from the transition. Williams still has that lead in lane 2. Just behind him is Adam Raymond of Hillingdon in lane 1. So it's lanes 2 from lane 1 and then lane 3. Williams still holding on to the lead, being pushed hard now by Sinclair of Ware in 3. Williams has the advantage, then it's Raymond, then Sinclair. Lane 2, 1, 3. Sinclair beginning to come back, moving up into a second place. Williams still has the advantage over Hillingdon. Just a couple of strokes left to go, 56.72, good time that. And then Sinclair second, 57.62, and 57.77 Raymond. So clutch of swimmers under the minute, and just got to point how good Toby Martin was in Heat 6, going 59. Heat 12 then, final heat of this event. A referee. Final heat then, all the swimmers entered under the minute. The fastest time, 55.31 for Mateus Morse in lane 4. And Morse turning first, just ahead of the rest of the field. Coming out of the underwater phase, so it's lane 5 with the advantage. Lane 5, Ditchfield Watkins of Dunstable moving away. So Ditchfield Watkins turning first. Adam Bennett of Hillingdon turning second. Bennett coming off the wall better. So it's lane 7 at the moment, entered on a 58.07. It's going to be good heat this as Bennett moves away from the rest of the field. Ditchfield Watkins in second place. It's a race down this final half length. Bennett looking in control though for Hillingdon as he comes underneath the flags. And Bennett takes the win, 54.02. Good fast time that. 55.48 then for Ditchfield Watkins. Austin in third, 57 dead. So that completes event 22. We move on to event 23. The girls 50-metre breaststroke, swum over 15 heats. Event 23, Heat 1, referee. Lottie Head in lane 3 for Verulam. Katie Strachan of Verulam in lane 4. And Chloe Luke of Harpenden in lane 5. So 50 breaststroke, 2 lengths of breaststroke, 15 heats. This is the first of those 15. Katie Strachan just in the lead with the green hat for Verulam. As she touches the wall, turns for the first and only time. Chloe Luke just beside her with a black hat for Harpenden in second place. Lottie Head in third place for Verulam. So a good race between the leading 2 swimmers here. Katie Strachan still has the advantage for Verulam as they go underneath the flags, just a few centimetres ahead of her. So Strachan coming up, takes the win. 57.96. Chloe Luke second, 58.80. And then Lottie Head coming in for Verulam. Finishes 108.68. Heat 2, referee. So our second heat underway. Prashnath in 0, Taylor in 1, Bimyani in 2, Croft in 3, Chapman in 4, Strachan in 5, Bradbury in 6, Alawalia in 7, and then we've got Hilton Cook in lane 8. And lane 3 then, which is Darcy Croft for Verulam. Just in the lead, it's pretty tight between her and Evie Strachan, another Verulam swimmer. Evie Strachan just moving into the lead now. Couple of strokes left to go. Strachan takes the win with a time of 46.29. Croft second, 46.77. And then just behind them was Bradbury with a time of 47.41. Clear the pool to the sides, please. Heat 3, referee. Heat 3 underway even. Lane 5 has the early lead. Connie Flitton of Dunstable. Potter in 0, Curnow in 1. Rowan in 2, Cannon 3, Curzon 4, Flitton 5, Mears 6, Miller 7, Armstrong 8, and Neil in lane 9. And it is Olivia Cannon now in the lead, or she turned first, I think coming off the wall though. It's back to Connie Flitton. Connie Flitton, though, just being overhauled now by Olivia Cannon, the blue-hatted swimmer in lane 3, swimming for Hemel Hempstead. Cannon the lead, Flitton in second place between them, Curzon in 3rd for Wickham. Olivia Cannon, 2 or 3 strokes left to go. Finishes first, 58.65. 1 minute dead for the second place swimmer, Connie Flitton. And then 1:02.99, Charlotte Curzon for Wickham in 3rd. Heat 4, referee. Fourth heat underway. Little to choose between them at the moment. Slight advantage to lane 3. Sophie Gleeson of Verulam, green hat. Just going underneath the flags, just a metre or so ahead of the rest of the field. Little to choose between them though. Gleeson and Shani Caulfield in lane 0. Turning pretty much at the same time, so it's between those two swimmers. Caulfield in 0, Gleeson in 3, and Caulfield just moving into the lead. Little choose between them as they come towards the flags. Almost in a pretty much perfect line. I think Gleeson just might take this one. It's going to be on that final touch. I think it went to Caulfield in the end. 56.65 for her. Gleeson's time coming up on a 57.10. So, and then Penner 3rd, 59.40. Heat 5, referee. Fifth heat underway, another very tight heat. Most of these heats are going to be tight heats, but it's lane 4 at the moment with a slight lead. Maya Kelly of Hemel Hempstead entered on a 57.81. She turns somewhere around the 23 mark, so should be underneath her entry time. Moving away from the rest of the field then, Maya Kelly. Good, strong swim here. Little to choose between the next few positions. Slight advantage to Lauren Daly in lane 3 as Maya Kelly comes up. Last couple of strokes to go. 49.04. Good swim that from her. Looks happy with it. Second place goes to Daly with a 53.84. Then Halls in 3rd, 53.85. Heat 6, referee. Heat 6 then underway. Good fight in the middle of the pool. Angwin Pope with a slight advantage in lane 5, not far behind her. Chima in 4, and then 3 just a tad behind. It swapped around, it's Chima in the lead now. Angwin Pope second, Isabella Cowie in lane 3. Senan Chima then in the lead, swimming for Harpenden in the middle of the pool, lane 4. Moving away from the rest of the field nicely down this back 25. Good, solid, strong swim here for Senan Chima. Entered on a 55.73. Going to be somewhat underneath that. Finishes on a time of 48.11. It's tight for second place, but it actually went to the other end of the pool. Grace Braben swimming well down the second length. 51.49 to come in second place. 51.98 for Angwin Pope, who came third. Heat 7, referee. Underwater phase over, not too much to choose between them. Slight advantage to lane 4, which is Freya Hadnot of Stortford. Just in the lead as she comes into that first turn. Freya turns first, and then turning second, pretty much Emily Forder in 5, and then Charlotte Leon in lane 8. Just a tad behind them as they come back down towards the start end. Hadnot still has the advantage. Charlotte Leon rather in lane 8, swimming strongly. She's in second place. She might win this one yet. She's swimming good down towards his last few strokes. Will she finish? Oh, I think she took it. Leon takes the win there, 49.21. Second place goes to Hadnot, 49.34. Sanders third, 49.43. Heat 8, referee. Off we go with Heat 8 then. It was lane 3 with the early lead, but now being overhauled by lane 4, Ruby Kiburo of Watford. Ruby looking good there as she turns first at the halfway point. Meter and a bit ahead of the rest of the field. The closest to her is Molly Goulburn for Harpenden in 5. Ruby in the lead then. Coming up then underneath the flags, just a few strokes left to go. Good solid swing there for Ruby Kiburo, finishing in a time of 46.12. Heat 9, a spot race referee. Lane 4 takes the early lead once again. Jasmine Davis of Watford with the red hat. The outside lanes are doing well as well. Maria Pearce in 9, Caroline Sedgwick in lane 8. As Davis turns first, just ahead of the rest of the field. Out from the underwater phase, just over half a length to go. Jasmine Davis has the advantage. Rebecca Smith in lane 6, not too far behind us. Smith and Davis. Smith just moving up into the lead now. Few strokes left to go. Smith swimming well down the last 25. Smith takes the win, 44.67. Davis second, 45.12. Third place goes to Sedgwick, 46.64. Heat 10, referee. Heat 10 underway, and it's early advantage. Pretty hard to tell, but lane 8's looking good. Livy Stanley as they come up towards that first turn. Stanley and Rebecca Riak in 5, turning first, coming off the wall. Not too much to choose between them. Still, Riak has a slight advantage. Nice underwater glide pace. Faster stroke rate for Livy Stanley. Stanley might just take this one at the end. It's very tight indeed. I don't know. Yes, Stanley got it. 42.50, just 1/100th ahead of Riak, who was a 42.51. Third place Palmer, 44.84. Heat 11, referee. Nice long underwater phase then for the Wickham swimmer in the middle of the pool. Sarah Gajek swimming well. She's had a good morning's swim so far, and she's in the lead as they come up towards the halfway point. Gajek turns first. What's her underwater phase looking like this time? It's still looking pretty good. Nice advantage being pulled out in the underwater transition up to the surface. Sarah Gajek then in the lead. It's pretty close for the next couple of positions. Lydia Buckland of Hitchin just in second place over in lane 1. Fast finishing Lily Fletcher of Hillingdon. It's going to be very tight, this indeed. But Gajek just takes the win, 42.33. Then a 42.69. Karen Canate Overlum in second and Bayliss in third, 42.81. Heat 12, referee. Lane 6, early advantage, Sophie Lyon, Stevenage. Next to her, Bella Baldwin of Wickham. As they move up towards the halfway point, there's very little juice between the whole field here. Most of the swimmers turning at the same time. We'll have to see what their underwater transitions are like as they move back down towards the start end. And lane 2 is moving into the lead, which is Arabella Wee of Watford. So Wee just ahead of Zoe Condon of Verulam. And actually moving up into second place is Holly Enright, so it's going to be close between Enright and Wee. And Wee takes the win, 42.55. Enright in second place, 42.63. Lyon third, 42.90. Heat 13, referee. Heat 13 then, and it's lane 5 has the early lead. Elizabeth Telling also swam well this morning, but just been overhauled by Catherine Clune of Stortford with a black hat. Clune turns first, Telling second, and then it is Anne Heathcott of Harpenden in third place. Back down towards the start end, very little to choose between them now. Catherine Clune just a slight advantage, though Kate Hooper is looking good, and Kate takes the win. Her time 40.16, second place Clune 40.20, third was Stone 41.06. Heat 14, referee. Penultimate heat of the girls swimming in this session this morning. And once again, lane 4 just moving to the lead here. Amy Harper of Watford with the red hat. Just in second place, actually, it's a good strong swim for Rachel Carpenter in lane 2 as they come up out of the underwater phase. Carpenter in the lead, being pushed hard by Evie Thompson. Martha Duncan over in lanes 1 and 0. Just in the lead then, Carpenter, as she comes down, is a good strong swim from Emma Craig at the other end of the pool. Carpenter takes the win though. Carpenter 39.25, Thompson second 39.70, Duncan third 39.78. Our final heat then of this event, Heat 15, referee. Very close indeed. Nice underwater phase for the swimmer in lane 4. Madison Wiles of Hemel. She carries that speed into the first turn. She's about half a metre ahead of the rest of the field. So Wiles turns first. Another good underwater phase as she comes back down towards the start end. Wiles in the lead. Over at the far end of the pool, Beatrice Jeffs of Hillingdon in second place, but moving into the lead now is the Watford swimmer Chloe Simpson. Chloe Swimson, good final length for her. Takes a win, 36.83. Second place, Jeffs, 37.11. Third place, Wiles, 37.54. So that completes the girls swimming for this session. Just to remind you, the warm-up for the next session starts at 12:10. So just under an hour away. We move on to event 24, the boys. Three swimmers in our first heat. Guy Spearman-Baines of Stortford in lane 3. Tommy Fennick of Verulam in 4. And Hayden Bird of Stortford in lane 5. No entry times for any of these swimmers, but Tommy Fennick way out in the lead as he moves up towards the halfway point. 4 lengths of backstroke. He kicks off the wall, 45.71 at the halfway point for him. Next swimmer is Guy Spearman-Baines, turning on a 55.92, and then on a 57.23, our third place swimmer, Hayden Bird. Back at the front, Tommy Fennick going into his turn after 75 metres, going back down towards the start end now. meets the swimmers. The other two swimmers going in the other direction. Nice looking backstroke here for Tommy Fennick for Verulam, and finishes 1:33.46. Hayden Bird of Stortford finishes next, 1:56.36. And then Spearman Baines finishing on 2 minutes 48. 2 minutes 0.48. Heat 2, a spot race referee. Damien Adams in lane 1, Caleb Roberts in 2, Jacob Chen in 3, Hector Reddle in 4, Anirudh Pabhu in 5, Adam Dickerson in 6, Owen McMahon in 7, and Zachary Haslett-Fossey in lane 8. Jacob Chen just in the lead. He turns on 50.77, just ahead of Reddle on a 51.28. And then Adams on a 52.06 at the halfway point. Chen holding on to his lead at the moment. Reddle in a good solid second place. Adams in a solid third, so swimmers quite split up in this heat. No entry times for any of them, as Chen just moving down towards the finish then, looking nice, strong on the backstroke, finishes in a time of 1:41.44. Hector Reddle next, 1:46.19. Tightened up a little bit for the next position. Adams takes it though, 1:52.52. Last few swimmers coming in. That completes Heat 2. Heat 3, referee. Heat 3 underway. Lyons in 0, Wu in 1, Barton in 2, Kalnins in 3, Latesi in 5, Swiatek in 6. Actually, Swiatek's not here. Chan in 7, Francis in lane 8. So the only entry time, in fact there's no entry times for any other swimmers actually in the water. So we'll see how they get on. At the moment it is lane 2. Archie Barton of Stevenage just ahead of Callum Wu of Verulam. And it's moving up into second place is Carson Chan. Carson Chan moving up towards first place fairly soon as Barton turns first on a 41.40. Archie Barton then holding on to his lead at the moment. So it's beginning to close up at the front here. Carson Chan in the lead, Ethan Latesi second, Archie Barton third. So it's swapped around a little bit as they come back down towards the start end. Just half a length to go or so. Carson Chan going to take this one. He finishes 1:23.19. Second place goes to Archie Barton, 1:23.15. Third place to Latesi. His time 1:26.40. Last three swimmers coming in. Christian's Kalnis. Actually, no, the next one to finish is Frankie Francis, then Kalnins, and then we have Will Lyons. Clear the pool, please, swimmers. Heat 4, referee. Fourth heat underway, and it's a good lead here for lane 7. Will Harris of Watford in the red hat, lane 7. He moves up, turns ahead of the rest of the field. He's a good metre or so ahead of the rest of them. And it's lane 4 from lane 0, so that is Thomas Ruck from Sebastian Brown. Moving back down towards the start end, towards the halfway point. Will Harris looking very good indeed. We have got entry times for all these swimmers. He's entered on a 1:46.44, turns at the halfway point. His time not come up on the board there, but it's somewhere around the 41 mark. Then we're at 41.46. Ruck still in second place. Moving up into third place is Samuel Bird in lane 8 for Stortford. As Will Harris holds on to his lead. Well, holds on a bit unfair. He's a long way ahead of the rest of the field. Harris turning for the final time, pushes back towards the start end. Ruck is still in second place and then pretty much joint third between Gabriel Taggart and Samuel Bird. Will Harris just coming underneath the flags, few strokes left to go. Spots the wall, 1:25.91. Ruck coming in for a solid second place, 1:32.26. And then Bird third, 1:34.49. Very tight over at the window side of the pool. Grisham just ahead of Brown. And then our final swimmer coming in for this heat, Callum Richards, finishing at a time of 1:51.20. Heat 5, referee. Just relax, swimmers, please. Stand down. Heat 5 underway, early lead for lane 4, Ryan Ingram, just beside him, Alex Cairncross of Hitchin. Those two just taking it out. Over in lane 0 though, Luca Imondi doing well, Imondi turning second, Ingram in the lead. Imondi second, Cairncross third. Imondi, Ingram extending his lead, so Ingram first, Imondi second, Cairncross third. Ingram in the lead, Cairncross fighting Imondi for second place. Imondi hanging on to it at the moment, Cairncross not far behind him. So Ryan Ingram turns first. He's got a few metres advantage over the rest of the field. Imondi in second place, Cairncross in third. Ryan Ingram, very dominant here, entered with a time of 1:22.14. Just a few strokes left to go. Finishes at a time of 1:16.62. Cairncross is going to sneak second place. Takes it to 1:20.34. Imondi 1:20.95 in third. Heat 6, referee. Heat 6 underway. Tommy Lydiard going out well. Lane 4 with the purpley hat for Ware. He turns first. Second place, Samuel Halls of Hemel Hempstead. Blue hat in lane 2, but Lydiard has the advantage. Then it's Samuel Halls, George Ball. So it's all to play for as they come up towards the halfway point. Lydiard turns first. 36.28. Coming out of the transition though, Lydiard in the lead. Then we've got Nagy, Ball and Halls all vying for second, third and fourth. Nagy beginning to move up. Lydiard still in the lead. Then we've got Halls, Nagy and Ball. Down the final length. Tommy Lydiard looking good for this. George Ball moving up into second place. Nagy looking for third as Tommy Lydiard takes the win. Lydiard rather takes the win. 1:14.70. Ball in second, 1:15.50. Nagy in third, 1:16.33. Just to remind swimmers to collect your medals if you've got one. They're outside the main reception area, so back where you came into the pool complex or the building complex. So if you're due a medal, please do go and collect them. Heat 6, referee. This is in fact Heat 7, our penultimate heat. And going off well is lane 8, which is Rafi May. May in the lead then, nice underwater phase. Is he going to hold on to this over at the other end of the pool? We have Harry Lawrence of Verulam. And then between them we have Adam Raymond of Hillingdon. So it's a good heat this. May in the lead, Raymond in second place. May turns on 32.60, then Raymond, then Lawrence. So it's close here between Raymond and May. Raymond in lane 6, moving up into the lead. Who's going to kick off the wall? If that Raymond. May slightly ahead of Raymond. Half a length sprint. May in the lead, Raymond in second place. Lawrence in third. Coming down towards the flags, it's going to be on the touch here. Rafi May just has a slight advantage. Rafi May takes the win. His winning time, 106.63. And Raymond in second place on a 107.09. Third place, Lawrence, 111.38. Heat 8, referee. Final heat then of this session. Entry times dropping into the 1:04 for Matthew Emerson in lane 4. And Emerson has ever such a slight advantage, a slight. Him and Atwell in lane 3. Atwell going into the wall quicker, coming off the wall quicker. James Atwell for Harpenden with a black hat then in the lead, just moving away from Matthew Emerson. Next to him, Josh Kelly in lane 5. Atwell, Emerson, Kelly. Atwell turning in 30.24. Those three still in the lead. Atwell in the lead. Emerson, Kelly, not much to choose between them. They're still in second and third. The rest of the field, or some of the rest of the field coming back on them. Atwell in the lead, moving away from the rest of the field. Emerson and Kelly still in second and third, coming back on them. Toby Martin had a very good 100-3. Atwell takes the win, 102.45. Second place goes to Emerson, 103.81. And third place goes to Kelly, 104.95. So thank you, swimmers. Thank you to all our volunteers, officials, coaches, and parents for an excellent session. The next session warm-up will start at 12:10, so that's just 35 minutes away or so. So until then, enjoy the sunshine if you go outside, or the food inside, and we'll leave you in the capable hands of After Dark.